The rapid acceleration of the digital age has fundamentally transformed the information landscape, turning what was once a scarcity of data into an overwhelming deluge. While a foundational critical thinking mindset remains essential, the modern environment presents unprecedented challenges in the form of algorithmic bias, hyper-partisan media, and sophisticated fake news. Today, information systems are engineered primarily for engagement rather than accuracy, utilizing complex algorithms designed to capture human attention by exploiting emotional vulnerabilities. Consequently, individuals are continuously exposed to tailored content that reinforces existing beliefs, constructs insular echo chambers, and amplifies sensationalism. To successfully navigate this ecosystem, critical thinking must evolve from a passive filtering mechanism into an active system of information hygiene. A primary defense against digital misinformation is the practice of lateral reading, a technique where an evaluator moves horizontally across the internet rather than deeply analyzing a single, isolated text. When confronted with a shocking headline, a critical thinker opens multiple browser tabs to investigate how various independent, reputable global organizations are covering the same event. For example, if a social media post claims a major international corporation has suddenly gone bankrupt, a lateral reader will immediately check established financial news networks, regulatory filings, or wire services like Reuters to verify the claim. If the news exists exclusively on a single unverified blog or a lone forum thread, it is treated with immediate skepticism. This practice protects decision-makers from relying on fabricated reports that have not undergone rigorous editorial vetting. Furthermore, individuals must actively disrupt the algorithmic traps that dictate modern media consumption. Because digital platforms track user behavior to serve content that triggers engagement, users are often fed an increasingly narrow stream of polarized information. Countering this requires an intentional diversification of one's media diet to force the algorithm to broaden its parameters. For instance, a business manager seeking an objective view on global trade policies might deliberately read viewpoints from both Western financial journals and Asian economic publications. By consciously engaging with high-quality, diverse perspectives across the philosophical and geographical spectrum, individuals can effectively dismantle their own echo chambers and gain a more comprehensive, three-dimensional view of complex global issues. Navigating the contemporary media environment also demands a clear distinction between objective reporting and opinion-based commentary, a boundary that has become increasingly blurred. Standard reporting focuses strictly on the verifiable facts of what occurred, whereas editorials and op-eds interpret those facts through a specific ideological lens to persuade the reader how to feel. For example, a news article might report the raw data of a country's quarterly gross domestic product growth, while an accompanying opinion piece might argue that the current administration's tax policies are an absolute failure based on those same numbers. Recognizing these boundaries allows a critical thinker to isolate the raw data for their own independent analysis, treating opinion pieces merely as secondary evidence of how a specific demographic or political group perceives an event. Emotional regulation stands as another cornerstone of modern critical thinking, particularly because fake news is deliberately engineered to provoke intense psychological reactions such as outrage or validation. When content triggers an immediate surge of anger or smug satisfaction, it is often a sign of psychological manipulation. Implementing a cognitive pause, such as a self-imposed 20-minute rule before sharing or reacting to provocative information, allows the analytical brain to override the initial emotional response. A practical example of this is withholding the urge to retweet or forward an explosive political scandal involving a competitor until the initial emotional dust settles and the facts can be dispassionately reviewed. This emotional discipline prevents individuals from inadvertently becoming vectors for the spread of viral misinformation. Finally, a critical analyst must systematically evaluate the underlying financial and political incentives driving content creation. In accordance with basic management principles, understanding the economic motives behind an information source often reveals its inherent biases. For instance, a free health website funded entirely by advertisements from a specific supplement manufacturer faces a clear conflict of interest when publishing articles about nutritional science. Similarly, media outlets funded by political action committees will naturally shape narratives to favor their donors. While exact financial figures and corporate backing can sometimes be difficult to trace with absolute certainty, maintaining an awareness of these potential biases ensures that data is never accepted blindly. Ultimately, sustaining intellectual humility, the recognition that no one is entirely immune to deception, is what allows a critical thinker to remain vigilant, agile, and resilient in a rapidly changing world. Thank you for joining me in this video today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on holistic well-being. Thank you, and have a great day.